everybody, how are ya? Yeah, you can see where I am. So I was on my way home from my son's, which is about an hour drive. I babysat today and literally walked out the door and said goodbye to my daughter-in-law, and it started to rain, and by the time I pulled out of the driveway, it had really started to rain. And then the further I got, the worse it got. So I actually just pulled over with about 3 or 4 other cars here in this random liquor store. It's starting to let up a little bit, but holy mother of goodness. It's, I couldn't see 2 feet in front of me. Not good. And I'm about to get on the highway in a couple of miles, and we have all of that construction going on through Rhode Island where we have a bridge down. And anybody who hasn't followed that, really you should like check it out, like Google it or like find a YouTube video about the George Washington Bridge in Rhode Island. It's atrocious. So this has been, oh God, I don't even know, 6-8 months that one direction has been closed down. So we're going through, everybody's going on the other side of the bridge. And they had put out a bid, like the state had put out a bid for people to repair this bridge, and they didn't get one bid in. The state is just so corrupt, and there's been such a mess with all of this. So it's looking like it's going to be a while before that gets fixed. So we thought I could leave a little early and I would beat the traffic, and that already wasn't the case. Like as soon as I got in the car, it told me 1 hour and 22 minutes instead of 1 hour. And then the rain, which is stopping a little bit, but I'm still a little nervous to, like, I don't know what it's going to be. I don't know which way it was coming from. My husband's the meteorologist in the family, not I. So I figured when all else fails, what do? I jump on and talk to you guys. So how are we? How's it going? Guys, I need some help. I need some like better snack and like lunch ideas. So if you saw my video about my doctor's appointment, you guys know that I am going to be going to a nutritionist, which I kind of checked into it, like where I'm going, and I think it is a licensed dietitian. So fingers crossed that I'm actually seeing a dietitian and not a nutritionist. If you're a nutritionist, no disrespect. I just have heard that a dietitian is a better, more knowledgeable source for what I need. And I do need to know, what my calorie intake should be, but I also need to know what the proper protein intake for someone with CKD is. And my daughter-in-law and I were just talking because she asked me how my appointment went, and I was telling her that I was seeing someone, and she even had said that she knew that the protein intake was different for someone with CKD. I didn't know that. No one has told me this before, so that was a little frustrating. And even, I know a lot of the groups that are out here, people say to aim for 100 to 120 grams of protein. Even my daughter-in-law, who's a nurse, like just kind of like shook her head at that one, that was absolutely no, not necessary. So I am extremely interested to see what the nutritionist says, and like if I've been hitting those goals and all of those types of things. So yeah, now I'm starting to train for my new job and going back and forth to Connecticut, so I've been taking lunch with me. But I've said this before, salads just don't really do it for me. They're like they take too long to eat, right? Like by the time I like get to wherever I'm going to eat it and I get the dressing on it and I shake up my salad, like you have to chew that salad for so long. Like who has time for that? I get like 26 minutes for lunch by the time you go do what you got to do. And a salad's just not the best option. So I'm looking for better options or even like better snacks. I'm thinking I'm going to try to blend some cream cheese and add the ranch seasoning to that and see how that works, and maybe do that with like some cucumbers, some carrots. What else? What else can I do? So I'm trying the cottage cheese thing. I think tomorrow I'm going to try the cottage cheese again. I made chicken tacos last night for dinner. So, sorry. So I'm going to try that again tomorrow, for lunch, I think, and see if that's any better. And I am also interested in trying it with sauce. So in the crock pot for dinner tonight, I threw in some chicken, like cut up chicken, and some marinara sauce, and we're just gonna have that over pasta. Or I might make zoodles. Yeah, I haven't made zoodles in a while, so I'm gonna do that because I should get home a little bit earlier than expected. So I'm gonna make some zoodles, so maybe I will put that in here if I do that. I love, love, love zoodles and pasta sauce. I know it doesn't sound good. Well, no, it does sound good because there's like zucchini lasagna and stuff like that, right? So, yeah, I'm gonna do that. That's what I'm gonna do. It stopped raining, so I am gonna head home. I'm gonna make some zoodles, and I will show you that in just a minute. Okay, so we're gonna do the zoodles. So if you've never seen a zoodle maker, this is the one that I have. I think it's like $7.99 on Amazon or something like that. So we're just gonna cut the ends off of the zucchini on both sides. And then we're just gonna put it in. I like the smaller one because we're gonna have angel hair, like thin spaghetti today. So I like it to be kind of the same size because I can mix them together. So you're gonna take the end and you're gonna put it in this way, and you're just gonna start turning. I don't peel mine because I like the skin. And then you're just gonna keep turning it, and then that's what you're gonna get. So we're gonna do that to the whole thing. I would suggest not dropping yours on the floor. So we're gonna do the whole thing, and then we're gonna salt it. So I've got the pink Himalayan here. We're gonna salt it to try to get all of that moisture out of there, okay? So if you salt it, it helps bring the moisture out of the zucchini. So we're gonna salt it and try to get rid of some of the moisture. When you get to the end, or when you have the little nubs, they start to kind of look like this, just cut them, and just cut them into smaller pieces because it's still zucchini. You don't wanna throw it away. So I just add it right in, and then cut this into small pieces. I salted this, so we're gonna let it sit for like 5 minutes, try to get some of that moisture to come out, and then I'm gonna take a towel and dry it off as much as I can before we put it over here in the pan with a little bit of olive oil, salt, pepper, garlic, and saute it up a little bit. Okay, so the oil is now hot. I put the pieces in there just to kind of get them going a little bit first. I'm gonna pepper them up a little bit, add some pepper to the rest, and I'm gonna get some garlic in there. I'm not gonna add any more salt because I used the salt before, so I think we got enough salt. And I'm gonna throw some garlic in. Just get those softened up a little tiny bit. I need a little bit more oil. Soften these up just a tad. And then I'm gonna throw in my overly peppered, mix these up a little bit. Kind of got too much pepper in them. You see, I already drained these, but look at how much water is still in here. Zucchini holds a lot of moisture. And I'm just gonna get those in there. I'm just gonna soften those up just a little tiny bit. You see they're pretty thin already. So these are just gonna take just a minute. really just want to mix all the stuff together, all the salt, pepper, and garlic, and just get it kind of all incorporated into the noodles. And then just let it go for just a minute or two. We've got our water just about ready over here for the pasta. I'm just going to take some of my sauce and add it in there. And then this will just about be ready because it really, you more just need to heat it through. It doesn't really need to cook that much because it's so thin. So I wouldn't go more than a couple of minutes with this. And just get all of the flavors kind of incorporated in there. And yeah, that's just about ready to go. So here's my finished product. And once I put this together, I realized I made way too much and I couldn't finish it, but I instead didn't finish the pasta and I ate all of the zucchini. Yum. This is last night's chicken taco, and I just wanted to talk about this super fast. Hey, welcome back. So dinner was delicious. I love zoodles. I just do. I got my blankie over here. I'm just hanging out on the couch right now. Yeah, dinner was really, really good. I love zoodles like that. So I took about 2 ounces. I actually measured it on my scale. I did 2 ounces of cooked pasta. I only ate like maybe an ounce of it. So that's what that was. And then I put some Italian shredded cheese on top because a quarter of a cup of that is 7 more grams of protein. I didn't use a quarter of a cup. I probably used more like an eighth. But hey, protein is protein. So I added some cheese because everything's better with cheese. And that was my dinner. So today is Thursday. I took my shot Saturday night. The suppression today was still pretty strong. I got up really early. I got up at like 5:30 to get ready to go to my son's. I had some coffee. I didn't even end up finishing. I brought it with me and then I didn't even bring it in the house. So I had some coffee. At their house, I had a banana and I had one like protein snack bar. And then for lunch, I had brought like a Caesar salad with rotisserie chicken, cucumber, and a sliced up piece of cheddar cheese with light ranch dressing. I didn't even eat like a third of it. And then I came home, I made dinner, and you saw what I ate. So I did eat a pretty decent size dinner. And I'm not like overly full. So definitely replacing the zucchini as like the main pasta. I don't feel like, if you have like a big pasta dinner, you're like, oh, you feel so full. I don't feel like that. I feel actually fantastic right now. So yeah, so that was good. So that was zucchini. Highly, highly, highly recommend zoodles. I make them a million different ways. I've made them with sausage. I love them. You guys know I love zucchini. If anybody has any fabulous zucchini recipes, please send them my way. And then super quick, this is like really old, so I'm sure that everybody already knows this, but I put in my shredded chicken taco meat from last night. So if anyone isn't shredding their chicken using their hand blender, you should be. I've been doing this for like 3 or 4 years now, and I think I originally got this from Fun, Cheap, or Free? Fun, Cheap, or Free? Cheap, Free, Fun, Free, Cheap, something like that. It was Jordan Page, I think is her name, or something like that. And I used to watch her all the time and on Instagram, and her husband, they're Mormons in Utah, and they used to do like a lot of YouTube videos. But she's great. She has like a lot of really great budgeting tips and stuff like that. And like years ago, she's got like 8 kids or something. She was like preparing food and she was like, this is how I do my chicken. And I was like, how am I 50 years old and didn't know this? Well, I was probably 47. So I've been doing like that for a long time. So my chicken goes in my Instapot and it cooks in 20 minutes, comes out perfectly. And then I shred it with my seasoning and just a little bit of the water that I keep in there. And then I'm able to make enough that I actually froze some as well. So I'm considering tomorrow having the shredded chicken cottage cheese bowl. We're just going to have to see how hungry I am because I do have to go to work in the morning. I have to start training. So yeah, I just wanted to hang out a little bit today. Thanks for being with me during that horrific storm. It did take us nearly 2 hours to get home. So with the traffic and the weather, it added about 45 to 50 minutes to our commute home, but all is well now. I did put a post in the community tab down here. If anyone has any questions, I'm working on like a Q&A that may or may not be part of the 5-month recap video, depending on how many questions there are. If there's an excessive amount of questions, then I'll just do a completely separate video. So send me your zucchini recipes, shred up your some chicken for yourself, and go make some zoodles. It was great hanging out with you guys today, and I will see you real soon. Bye.